Have you ever confronted someone with undeniable proof of their wrongdoing, only to walk away from the conversation feeling like you were the one who messed up? Imagine this. You find text messages on your partner's phone that clearly show they are cheating. You have the screenshots, you have the dates, you have the smoking gun. You walk into the room, shaking with adrenaline, and lay the evidence on the table. You expect a confession, you expect an apology. But 10 minutes later, you are the one crying. You are the one apologizing for invading their privacy. You are the one begging them not to leave you. If this scenario makes your stomach churn because it feels all too familiar, you haven't just been involved in an argument. You have been the victim of a calculated psychological weapon. You have been hit by a tactic known as DARVO. This is not normal defensiveness. This is not a misunderstanding. This is a brutal, systematic dismantling of your reality designed to silence you, confuse you, and ultimately turn you into the abuser in your own story. Today, we are going to dissect exactly how this mechanism works, why your brain is wired to fall for it, and how you can stop the cycle before it destroys your sanity. The term DARVO was coined by psychologist Dr. Jennifer Freyd. It is an acronym that stands for Deny, Attack, and Reverse Victim and Offender. While it sounds technical, it is actually the default setting for narcissists, sociopaths, and highly manipulative people when they are backed into a corner. When a normal person is caught doing something wrong, they experience shame or guilt. When a manipulator is caught, they view the accusation not as a moment for reflection, but as a threat to their control. They don't want to resolve the conflict. They want to win it, and to win, they have to destroy your credibility. Let's break down the first phase, denial. But you have to understand, this isn't just lying, it is gaslighting on steroids. When you present the evidence, they don't just say, "I didn't do it." They deny the reality of the event itself. They might say, "That never happened," or "You're remembering it wrong," or the classic, "I never said that." They say it with such absolute conviction that you start to doubt your own senses. You look at the text messages again, you check the dates, you know what you saw, but their denial is so aggressive, so absolute, that a tiny crack forms in your certainty. They rely on the fact that you are a rational person. Rational people think, why would they lie about something so obvious? Maybe I am missing something. That split second of hesitation is all they need to move to the second phase. Once the seed of doubt is planted, they launch the attack. This is the A in DARVO. This shift is jarring. Suddenly, the conversation is no longer about their cheating, their stealing, or their lies. It is about you. It is about your character, your motives, and your mental health. They will attack your credibility. You've always been paranoid. You're acting crazy just like your mother. You are so insecure it's suffocating me. Notice what just happened? The subject has changed. We are no longer discussing their betrayal. We are discussing your reaction to their betrayal. They weaponize your emotions against you. If you get angry, they call you abusive. If you cry, they call you unstable. This phase often triggers what psychologists call reactive abuse. They push you, poke you, and provoke you until you finally snap. You might scream, throw something, or say something hurtful out of pure desperation. The moment you do that, they smile internally, because now they have evidence. They can point at your screaming face and say, "Look at you! You are the monster here. Who could live with someone like this?" This brings us to the final and most devastating phase, the reversal of victim and offender. This is the climax of the manipulation. The perpetrator who committed the original offense assumes the role of the victim. They might burst into tears. They might claim that your accusation is hurting them deeply. They might say, "I work so hard for this family, and this is the thanks I get? To be accused of this?" Suddenly, the narrative flips. You were no longer the person who was cheated on. You were the cruel persecutor who was tormenting a fragile, innocent person. They demand your sympathy. And because you have empathy, because you're a decent human being, you give it to them. You see them crying and your instinct is to comfort them. You hate causing pain, so you drop the accusation. You apologize for bringing it up. You comfort the person who stabbed you in the back. The reversal is complete.
The offender is now the victim, and the victim is now the offender. Why does this work so effectively? It works because it exploits the social contract of relationships. In a healthy relationship, if someone says, "You hurt me," the other person listens. We are wired to care about the feelings of our loved ones. DARVO hacks this biological drive. It uses your empathy as a Trojan horse to bypass your boundaries. Furthermore, it relies on cognitive dissonance. Your brain cannot handle two conflicting realities: the reality where this person loves you and the reality where this person is psychologically torturing you to avoid accountability. To resolve this tension, your brain often chooses the path of least resistance. It accepts their lie because the truth is too painful to bear. The truth requires you to accept that the person you love does not respect you, does not care about your reality, and is willing to break your mind to save their own skin. So, how do you stop it? How do you catch the arrow in midair and snap it? The first step is radical awareness. You need to name it to tame it. The next time you're in an argument and you feel the conversation pivoting away from the main issue and onto your character, a red alarm needs to go off in your brain. Tell yourself, this is DARVO. They are attacking me to distract me. You must refuse to accept the premise of their attack. When they say, "You're crazy," do not defend yourself. Do not say, "I'm not crazy, I'm just upset." If you defend yourself, you validate their attack as a topic of conversation. You have taken the bait. Instead, use what is called the broken record technique. It looks like this. You, "I found these texts, you are cheating." Them, "You're crazy, you're always snooping, you have trust issues." You, "I am not talking about my trust issues, I am talking about these texts, you are cheating." Them, "I can't believe you're attacking me like this, I've had such a hard week." You, "I understand you had a hard week. However, we are talking about these texts. You are cheating." Do not justify, argue, defend, or explain. This is the JADE acronym, and it is your shield. The moment you start explaining yourself, you are handing them ammunition. Stay boring, stay on topic, be a gray rock. They want an emotional reaction because it fuels their victim narrative. Do not give it to them. It is incredibly difficult to do this in the heat of the moment. Your heart will be racing, you will want to scream, but you must understand that you are not in a conversation, you are in a power struggle. Logic will not work because they are not interested in logic, they are interested in dominance. If you find that you are constantly trapped in this cycle, you need to accept a hard truth. This behavior rarely changes. DARVO is a survival mechanism for toxic people. It's how they move through the world without ever carrying the weight of their actions. If you stay, you will spend your life carrying that weight for them. You will become the dumpster for their shame. Your reality is real. Your evidence is valid. Your feelings are justified. Do not let anyone rewrite your history. When you see the denial, the attack, and the reversal happening, step back, disengage, and realize that the only way to win this game is to stop playing it entirely. You are not crazy. You are just catching them red-handed, and they are terrified of what that means. Hold on to your truth, because in the end, it is the only thing they can't take away from you unless you let them. If this analysis helped you put a name to the chaos you've been experiencing, you are not alone. This channel is dedicated to uncovering the dark psychology that rules our interactions so you can reclaim your power. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next deep dive. Leave a comment below if you've ever experienced DARVO. Your story might just help someone else wake up. Stay sharp.